Hi, you guys. Happy Friday. We are going to do the last lesson with me for the week today, and we're still in chapter 4, traditions we share, and we're going to finish up with lesson 5 today. We come together. So this is a chapter about how we come together, even though we are very different because we're very same in some of the same ways. So chapter 4, lesson 5, page 156. So go ahead and get that book out. One more time for the week. Until next week, anyways. And we're going to do the last couple of pages. Okay, so our learning target is identify characteristics of good citizenship and identify historical figures. Again, I've listed your vocabulary words. Pay attention to those yellow words in the lesson. Okay, we come together. So at the very top, it says envision it. Circle ways that people help each other. So you're going to look at the two pictures that they give you above, and you're going to look at the ways and circle the ways that people are helping each other in those two pictures. Many people contribute to or help our country. So the word contribute means to help. Helping others. Good citizens help our country. Eleanor Roosevelt was a good citizen. She worked to help women, children, and the poor. These people did not have equal rights. She helped to write an important paper about these rights. Number 1, the main idea and details. So again, you're going to circle the main idea of this passage and the important details that you liked that I read about above. Okay, sharing ideas. Another way to help our country is to share ideas. Richard Allen lived in Texas. He had good ideas. He designed and built houses and bridges. He learned about issues in the state and became a leader in the government. His activities showed his individualism when he acted on his beliefs to help others. Like Eleanor Roosevelt, he cared about people's rights. He helped to pass fair laws for African Americans. He was one of the many African Americans who worked to help his people in his community, state, and nation. William Lloyd Garrison also fought for rights for African Americans, but unlike Richard Allen, he was from Massachusetts. So number 2, underline how Richard Allen helped people. So you're going to go back into the reading passage and you're going to underline how he helped people. What we have in common. Citizens in our communities, state, and country are similar. We want to help others. They act on their own beliefs. These citizens contribute in different ways. Volunteers help people in our communities. We give food and clothing to people. They help people find shelter. Leaders in our state are citizens. They work to help other citizens in other states. They make sure we have services like good schools and safe roads. Citizens in our country help people too. Today, our country leaders want justice. They make sure laws are fair and equal for all people. Number 3 says, identify individuals who show good citizens and describe ways that they help others. So this is where you're going to think about people you may know that have good citizenship and tell me about how they do that, how they help others, how they help their communities. Number 4, compare and contrast. How were the lives and activities of Eleanor Roosevelt and Richard Allen alike? How were they different? What do many people in our community, state, and country have in common? So I've read those kind of fast. So number 4 wants you to compare and contrast the lives and activities of Eleanor Roosevelt and Richard Allen and tell me how they are alike and how they are different. And then number 5 wants you to, it says, what do many people in our communities, state, and country have in common? So it wants you to compare many people and tell about our similarities and what we have in common. Number 6 says, write 4 sentences on a separate piece of paper. It can be the back of a piece of paper, just whatever you have. Identify how citizens help people in our community, state, and country. Tell about individualism or how citizens can act on their own beliefs to help others. Identify 3 historical figures, so that's people from way back in history who have exhibited individualism and what they did to help others. So individualism means that how did they How did they use their own? They weren't like everybody else. They did their own thing and they believed their own things. And how did that help others? Tell how citizens show good citizenship. So tell me what it looks like to be a good citizen. Okay, and last but not least, turn and talk to a partner. Tell how Richard Allen showed inventiveness or new ideas and ways of doing things. So how was he creative about stuff? Go ahead and tell me about that. Or tell your buddy about that. Okay, what did you learn today? So today we identified characteristics of good citizens and good citizenship, and we identified some historical figures. Thank you for working so hard for me this week, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend and get lots of good rest and do something fun. See you later.